Hey there, my name is Jeremy Sparts. I am a former teacher and founder of Lyrics to Learn. So this is a reading program that came from my classroom. Those of you who are already using Lyrics to Learn know that we take every story, we break it down week by week, and your students are practicing fluency on day 1, day 2, and day 3. And as they become more familiar with text, the comprehension questions become more and more complex. One of the biggest issues in teaching comprehension is not just can kids read fluently so that they can focus on understanding the meaning of what they're reading, but also can they gain the background knowledge to actually be able to connect on higher and higher levels. So that's one of the things that we do. And I am so excited to show you our new recording video fluency feature. It essentially takes all of the aspects of reading fluency that are either a lot of work for teachers and makes it much more automatic, or boring for kids and makes it much more engaging. So I'm going to bring you in right now to show you what our recorded fluency videos look like. So these are the new fluency videos in our sample class. This is all in beta right now. So those of you who are already using Lyrics to Learn, you're going to have an opportunity to use this in the next few weeks with all of your kids. They're going to be able to see themselves read. It's going to be a lot of fun. And equally as importantly, you'll be able to share it with parents with the click of a button, their hot read versus their cold read, as well as progress monitoring benchmarks so you can see that transfer of improvement. Okay, so these are the new fluency recordings, and I can also go to all of them that my sample students have completed. Looks like Caden has done hot reads, cold reads, and everything. So we're going to go into Caden and we're going to view his grades. Okay, here's Caden. It looks like his teacher had him do it from home. These lessons take just 15 minutes like normal Lyrics to Learn lessons. He was practicing at 135 words per minute. It looks like he missed 3 different words, and we're going to actually just create a new grade so that you can all see how this works. As you're following along and students are reading, not only can they see themselves, and this is going to be on their own dashboard, which they have just a blast with, but as a teacher, you're much more flexible to go in and grade your students' fluency, check their progress monitoring. It's not something that's so intense on your time, which was a huge deal for me in the classroom, as well as the boredom of my kids with repeated reading. This makes it a lot more fun. Okay, so as your students are reading and they're missing a word, just click on it as you're following along and the accuracy automatically tracks itself. Expression equally as important and something that's not always graded. We want to make sure we put that in there, and when you're grading them, you can leave them feedback specific to their fluency video or their reading or decoding, any aspect that you would like, and it's going to show up on their dashboard, and they can actually take a look at their recording, what you said to them, what their grades were, and so forth. This is really powerful. Let's just listen to Caden for a second. This is what he sees, but also what you see as a teacher.
To the clothes you wear, there are 3 states of matter existing.
Okay, so Caden was pretty into it. Some of the kids just go crazy for it, and of course some of the kids are a little bit more shy, but everyone really seems to enjoy seeing their own reading, but also intrinsically it really motivates them because they see their cold reads and their hot reads. You can see up here we can go between cold read, hot read, grade them both. It's going to give us data for them both, and then you have a fluency result. This is what gets shared with the parent, so the parent can actually see what the student is working on. They see their cold read 1-minute sample and then their hot read 1-minute sample, and of course, it's night and day, the difference, and it's really fun for parents or guardians or administrators, whoever wants to see that. Okay, also, just real quick before I leave, the data. So we're also tracking the data. This is weekly fluency practice for your kids. This is something that automatically happens as they go and you do grades. You've got expression in blue, so you should see that kind of move up as they go. You'll see errors. As this transfers, this is going to go down. And this is every week you're going to get one of these, comparing their hot read and cold read, and then word per minute. So as students go through the program every week, they're going to get their fluency practice in, and it's going to be 95% self-guided and independent. Your students don't submit their hot read until they feel like they've mastered it. So it really puts it in their own hands, and then they send the video to you as the teacher. One other piece of data that is often missing in fluency programs is the transfer. We know repeated choral and modeled reading from the National Reading Panel is proven to be the most effective fluency strategies that exist right now. Hundreds of research studies already prove this. Well, we're also going to show you benchmarking data. So they're going to record themselves automatically once per month, or you can assign kids more benchmarking if you'd like. But this is without the music, without the assisted modeled choral reading that the music videos use to really engage those kids in the text. This is just going to be a text selection, just like the standard way that teachers around the country are measuring fluency. Kids are going to record themselves reading, click submit, it automatically goes to you, and this will allow you to see the transfer of how they're reading cold text on a week-by-week or month-by-month basis, whatever you choose to do. This is going to be really powerful. I'm incredibly excited to release this to all of you because it's going to be a huge time saver, but more than that, your kids are going to just become so motivated by seeing their progress each week and taking ownership of their learning. You can reach out to me via email. I'll be sending more emails as we get this out to more and more teachers, but I had to share just a glimpse at what we're doing so that all of you could kind of get in the loop.